We begin this hour with some breaking news. Titans of tech on Capitol Hill this hour to discuss the future of AI and how to regulate the fast-growing technology. Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, among the CEOs in attendance. Our Eamon Javers is live on the Hill with us. Tell us more, Eamon.
Hey there, Sarah. Well, we do believe that all of the big-name tech CEOs are in the building now. Obviously, the event is just about to get started. This is an event organized by Senator Chuck Schumer, the Senate Majority Leader, a Democrat. He's got 2 Democrats and 2 Republicans who are going to be talking in a roundtable format with all these tech CEOs today about AI innovation. The idea here is to gather ideas and look at the landscape ahead of some potential AI legislation coming out of the United States Senate. Not clear where that's going to go, but this is certainly a high-level meeting. We saw Elon Musk here. We saw Mark Zuckerberg here. I had a very brief chance to have an exchange with Sam Altman of ChatGPT fame. I asked him what his message to the senators is here, and he said he's just here to answer their questions. So a ChatGPT prompt and response, maybe, if you look at it that way. We saw a number of others. Sundar Pichai of Google was here, and I did have a chance to catch up very briefly here with the former Google CEO, Eric Schmidt. I asked him what his message to the senators was, and he said he's going to tell them ultimately that AI is a very, very powerful tool and they need to get ready. So a real sense of mission, I think you could say, here on Capitol Hill, as all of these tech CEOs, who of course are intense rivals among themselves, all gathering here on the Hill to brief the senators as the senators try to figure out how to get their arms around this incredible technological revolution at a time when the senators themselves, admittedly, are not the most tech-savvy people in the world, guys. Back over to you.
So just to be clear, Eamon, it's a brainstorming session, right? No legislation on the table, no public hearings or anything like that. Any pledges? At least we got a pledge last time where they all signed.
Well, that's right. We'll see if there's any document that comes out of this or any work product that comes out of it. As of now, there is legislation sort of theoretically on the table here, right? The idea is that Congress might move on AI regulation, AI legislation at some point to come. This is just an idea gathering stage right now. There's been some criticism of this meeting, though, Sarah, because this is not being done in the normal Capitol Hill format. It's not on television. It's not on C-SPAN. It's not open to all the senators. The senators can attend, but not all the senators will be able to participate in this. So it's not going through the normal committee process. Some have criticized this as the biggest lobbying meeting in the history of technology because all these CEOs are here, of course, giving their input into what the legislation should look like, and ultimately they're going to advocate for their own interests, right? You can only imagine that's what they would do. Sarah.
Eamon, I'm always curious about the format of a meeting like this. I don't know that you know, but there's so much to share. Yep. You mentioned Eric Schmidt, for example, not a current CEO, but the Special Committee Studies Project is something he runs that will make recommendations to strengthen America's long-term global competitiveness in terms of artificial intelligence, other emerging technologies. He was obviously as well chairman of the Department of Defense Innovation Board. I would think, there's just so much to share in there. How is it going to be done? Do you know?
Yeah. Well, physically, we know it's going to be a U-shaped table, and they're going to sit around the U-shaped table and discuss, right? So the 4 senators, 2 Democrats and 2 Republicans, will sort of run the thing. But you can imagine with the egos and the bankrolls that are in this room, you're going to see a lot of open-ended discussion. It will be closed to the press, so we won't be able to see it. There's going to be a pool spray at the top where we will get some pictures of all these guys sitting in a room. I expect those pictures to come out very shortly, but we won't see the entirety of the conversation. Speaking of conversations, David, I think we do have a little snippet here of my very brief conversation with Eric Schmidt as he was walking in just a short time ago. Take a listen.
AI needs to be both promoted as well as regulated.
And what do you think the reaction is going to be in the room? The senators are not as technically savvy as the rest of you are.
They're coming up to speed. This is what Schumer's trying to do. So.
And what do you think the tech CEOs are going to tell the senators?
Basically that it's very powerful and that we have to get ready.
So you heard Eric Schmidt there saying this is very powerful and the senators need to get ready. And that's really the theme of the day. That's what the senators are here trying to do. There is a vast gulf, though, between these AI technologists and the United States Senate in terms of understanding of this technology, desire for what it should do, the market opportunities there, the national security implications of it, all of that being discussed here in the room today, guys. Back over to you.